All right. I think we're live. I think everything's working. Welcome to Highly Motivated. I am the Oregonji, Oren, your host, your, I don't know, your talkie talker. Welcome. This is the Wednesday smoke sesh. That's all it is. What you've stumbled upon is community. Community getting together for a traditional, old-fashioned time to smoke. One of my favorite things growing up in cannabis, it was the smoke session. The smoke session was the time for community to come together, for friends to come together and talk and learn and educate. Some of the most interesting things that I ever learned about cannabis, I actually learned in the smoke sessions. I mean, how wild is that? Where the smoke session, the smoke, that's where everything came together. That's where the knowledge came together. So that's what this is. That's what we're here doing right now. We're here part of the smoke sesh. Okay, I got the music going. We've got the vibe starting to build little by little. I have so many things to talk about tonight. My energy before the show, I was a little stressed, I was a little nervous. I've been running around all day. Today I spent probably the majority of my day running back and forth through Ocala and Gainesville. I started in Gainesville today, and then I drove all the way to Ocala. I did all of Ocala, visited so many different clients, and then turned around and came back to Gainesville. So busy. A lot of things going on. Just keeping me moving. I think that's exciting. You got to keep moving. You got to keep things exciting. And that's about it. That's what's happening. Okay. So welcome to the show. Welcome to another exciting version of Highly Motivated. Tonight, what are we talking about? So I approached the show without expectation of a conversation. I approached the show without making it too heavy. I don't want things to be too heavy at the beginning of a show. I like to save that. Like an hour into the show, I'm like, okay, now let's get heavy. Now let's talk about things, that are deep, that get the brain really working and steaming. We don't like to start off like that. So tonight's show, we're going to be starting off with some of the doinks and the doinks that I'm going to be smoking. So this would be like a doink. And it's a lovely doink, and everything tonight comes from gold flower. So if you know me, here in the Florida market, I love gold flower. Now I travel all over and I smoke everything, really good things. And I'll tell you, here in the medical Florida market, it's hard to beat gold flower. Organic, living soil, hand trimmed, beautiful brands. Oh, I see it over here. So you're not attending MJ BizCon. No, actually, I decided not to fly. I don't like to fly. If I can avoid, the last time I flew into Colorado. One of the worst flights I think I've ever taken. I felt like, I don't know. The plane was like up, it was down, it was right, it was left. By the time we landed, I didn't want to get back on the plane. Like, no, I'm walking home. It's okay. So, no, I actually didn't go to Vegas. I was invited with many different tickets and invites to many different parties, but my business is here in Florida right now. Right now I've got a lot going on in Florida, a lot of new licensees that recently have been approved to become the new medical marijuana suppliers. So that would bring our 22, 23 licensees right now up to like 40, 46, 45, 46 different licensees. That's going to be a lot of competition in the Florida market, a lot. So we've got Charles. Charles, welcome to the show. Christopher, it's good to see you here on the show. Now, tonight, what we're going to get deep about later on, before we get there. But tonight, I want to talk about Edward Casey. And I want to talk about the Akashic Records. There's multiple reasons I'd like to talk about Edward Casey. There are multiple different, like, for example, he's the godfather of holistic medicine. one of the first, if not the first, to bring so many different holistic practices here to the Western world without a medical degree. A farm boy, all of his cures and whatnot came to him in prophetic dreams, and he would put himself into a trance. Sometimes he'd go into, I don't know, he could put himself in as many trances as he wanted to. Not just his medical capabilities, but also his future prophetic dreams. So we'll get into that. That's later. So everything I'm smoking on tonight comes from Gold Flower Cannabis. If you're in Florida, check them out. That being said, this is a doink, and this would be a doink-a-doink. So you've got a doink and a doink-a-doink. Both Gold Flower, both different strains, very exciting. And then those would be cones that I packed up with some delicious stuff. Then I've got a 1 grammer over here. I might have to start with this. I was gonna save it till my birthday. An early happy birthday to my grandmother, Lil. Nan, you're gonna be 100 years old. 100 years old today or tomorrow. It's like in England, they're a day ahead of us. So officially, she's now 100 years old. Officially. So Nan, happy birthday, happy 100. You have outlived kings and queens. You have outlived generational fads. You have outlived presidents. You're amazing. Nan, you're absolutely amazing. So just want to say happy birthday. And everybody, wow, welcome to the show. Welcome to Highly Motivated. So that's what this is. We're just here for a smoke sesh. And I should get something sparky sparked. This is Emerald Apricot. Probably, hands down, my favorite strain. Durban Poison. There's so many delicious things hiding in here. This is Gold Flower. It's a 1 gram hand roll pre-roll. This is done with their hand roll machine. Fantastic. So, I don't know what to start with. We've got the Emerald Apricot. I tell you what, wait, I'm gonna save that one. That is my hands down fave. That's getting saved. I might smoke it tonight, I don't know. Okay. Next, I have a doink and a doink-a-doink. But the doink is a hybrid leaning indica. And I think this one's LA Kush. Wow. The terpene profile on this is incredible. The initial aroma, when you open up the bag, I have to show you the buds. Look at this. The initial aroma is really what gets you. When you smell it, it tells your body. It tells your body that this is what you're looking for. This is what you're looking to smoke. Greetings from Colorado. Welcome. I do love me some Colorado. Last time I was down there, I was smoking the caviar blends. Great pre-rolls. There was also one called Thunderdome. 2 may enter, 1 shall leave. And it was divine. Absolutely loved it. Okay. Welcome everybody to Highly Motivated. Ooh, so I wanted to show you the bud. This thing was just delish. Look at that. Now that right there is the LA. Look, right there. When you open it up, that's telling your body that's what you want to smoke. That's your first indicator. If you're not smelling that and going, oh, this is amazing, this is incredible, don't smoke it. Smoke something else. But if you don't have an option, all right, well, smoke what you got. But I have an option right now. So I'm smoking some LA Kush, and it smells beyond divine. By the way, remember, whenever you're closing a package, make sure you really get that closed good. I don't like this kind of packaging for the long run. I say take it out. I just got it today. I went this afternoon. But I say when you have packaging like this, take it out and put it into a glass mason jar and burp it every couple days. But just like that, make sure it's super closed. All right, let's get this thing sparky-sparkied. And this one I think is the bamboo paper. So I'm going with a bamboo paper and a rice paper. So I think this is the rice paper. And this is the bamboo. So pretty much they look the same. Okay. All right, we're starting with the LA Kush. Initially, that initial flavor is wow. Those terps are like popping in my mouth, and I can feel them starting to build up on the back of my tongue right now. First hit, that's nice. Big flavor. Ooh, big aromatics, that's what I love. Oh, let me see. I think I missed awesome news and updates in the Florida market. If you're ever interested in exploring Europe's market, please come to the Science in the City International 25. I would love to come. Charles, it sounds exciting. And I might have to put together a little journey. I love Europe. Look, I think cannabis in Europe is going to explode, but it requires education. You can't just run into a recreational market without understanding, without unlearning and relearning cannabis. That is the biggest thing right there, because what you think about it, what you think you know about it, forget it and start over. Let's start looking at that synergistic effect. Let's start looking at the combination of cannabis and healthcare, cannabis and eating right, cannabis and exercise, cannabis and meditation. Europe can explode because the market is enormous and they're begging for this. I know. Anyways. LA Kush, Goldflower. The nose is amazing. The terp is beautiful. The flavonoid, potato, tomato. That's nice. I'm enjoying that. That immediately, I'm already feeling like a very nice relaxation. They're calling it a hybrid, but really to me, the Cushy Kush is more of an indica. And again, I don't look at sativa indica as a telltale of what I'm looking for. Instead, for me, it's a little different. You know, oh wait, do we have Nick here? Nick, welcome to the show. Sorry, I'm off in my talkie talk and I'm not paying attention. Nick, it's good to have you here. Charles, it's good to have you. Christopher. And by the way, if anybody's curious, Christopher has been writing new segments to the Stealth Time Machine project. You've got to check it out. He's on LinkedIn. It's been some great podcasts, some good information, and it's getting me very excited. To know more. That's nice. And I see Chris was saying used to vacuum seal flour with a kitchen sealer and it would last forever. You know, that is a great way to do it. And if it's a beautiful strain and you've got a lot of it, vacuum seal what you're not going to use in freezer safe bags. Wow, this is good. Freezer safe bags, and then put that in the freezer. That way your THC doesn't degrade. If it's in the fridge, mostly freezer safe bags, your cannabis is going to be safe from your THC turning into CBN or losing. So I mean, if you're looking and you're smoking something that's 28 to 30%, you know, you can lose easily 3 to 5% of your THC by just regular degradation, by sun damage, by just so many different factors. So vacuum sealing it, putting it in the freezer or a very cold fridge, where of course vacuum sealing, you're fine. You're not going to get flavors from the fridge. You don't have to worry about that. Let me see. I saw somebody with Bovita packs. I love Bovita. Bovita's great. Let me see. 2-way humidity packs at 60%. No, those are good. Ethan, welcome to the show. You know, we're all science fiction fans. When we're smokers, I'm not, okay, big thing, just not big thing. I mean, sports. I'm not into sports. I'm not a big sports person. Don't get me wrong. I'll watch occasionally when I'm with a group, but I don't choose teams because I'm not into sports. I like soccer. I grew up playing soccer, and I played pro amateur. No, not pro. Pro-am. So it was an interesting circuit. It was the Houston Hotshots. Very cool people. Very cool team. So I think for me, soccer was the only thing I ever really got into. And even that, I liked it more for the team camaraderie. And the older I got, I mean, after the accident, after I was hit by the drunk driver in '94, I don't run anymore. Now I'm running. I'm running recently because last season was the first season I started coaching soccer. And then this season I've been coaching soccer. But I run. I get out there with the players. Now, I didn't think I could do it. So I've been, when I notice things kind of getting wobbly, my balance is off, my energy's way out, I take a break. You know, you've got to listen to your body. That's a big deal. Listen to your body. All right. What do we have going on? I think I missed some things. Let me see. Turn Thanks for the plug. Oh, you're welcome, Chris. Anytime. People, check them out. You're going to love these stories, especially science fiction, smoking fans. I love succubuses. I think it's great to have in a story. Do I think the products on sale should be avoided? Not necessarily. The products on sale, I mean, they may have a bunch of them, but I think right now, like today I went in and it was 40%, like pretty much everything in the house. The only time I would avoid a product if it's too old. So sometimes they're going to have products. I was center, by the way. I was a power player, baby. I was a power soccer player. I was fast. Well, not anymore. So I think products on sale, if they're old, avoid them. If they just have a large amount of these products like distillate vapes, they can put those on sale because they have decent margins. You know, rosin, if that's on sale, grab it up. Whenever a good rosin is on sale, snag it. Because those are expensive products and they're always delicious. I did. Look, today, I had a great haul. I picked up the LA Kush. I picked up the white truffle, gorilla butter, something else, and that's this one. That's the Doink-a-Doink. Exciting. Okay, so the Doink-a-Doink is there. This LA Kush has got me in a hell of a good mood, let me tell you what. So I picked up those two strains, white truffle, gorilla butter, and the LA Kush right now. And then I picked up two rosins, vapable rosins. So this right here is the, I don't know. Wait, let me see. I can't see. I'm like so blind. Okay, wait. Here we go. Oh, wait, okay. Cherry log. So this one is cherry log. Look how delicious that looks. That's a beautiful rosin. That's the color it should look. Just letting you know, it's lovely. And I picked up Top Gun. Top Gun is a sativa. When I don't like the vape. Vaping a distillate makes me feel like I've got water on my lungs. And a distillate is a singular THC, not a broad spectrum, not a full spectrum. A distillate is a singular THC. And most distillates, 99% of them, turn are good though. I'm not gonna lie, those turn distillates are rocking, yo. So, the cucumber crisp is out for the turn distillates here in Florida from Goldflower, cucumber crisp. Wow! I should have got it, but I don't smoke distillates, but I'm excited about the turn. That being said, rosin is the way to go because it's a full spectrum cannabinoid product. A distillate is a singular. And with the distillate, you smoke it, and that initial high that you get, you always feel like you're chasing that. You know, you always feel like you can never get as high as you got with that first hit. Instead of me having to deal with that, I smoke rosin. And with rosin, every hit feels like you're hitting a joint. And that is fire, baby. And this is a good product. I use the bottom part as a holder. Boom. Stoner innovation. LA Kush. I only rolled a doink. And I should have rolled it as a Doink-a-Doink. But that's okay, because we're going to try that white truffle, gorilla butter. I'm pretty jazzed about that one too, because it was sticky. Both of these were sticky. Jazzing. Okay. I'm missing some chats here. I see the turn as new flavors. Yeah, that crisp. Enjoying a friend that would love to discuss is we shouldn't use the terminology indica or sativa when describing the effects. And that's true. Wait. I'm going to come back to this because it's the terpenes. It's the smell and the taste and the aroma. It has nothing to do with indica sativa. I tell people this, but keep in mind, we've been fighting this long. I don't want to confuse them. I want to start people on an easy road to understanding terpenes. So understanding the effects of cannabis, we shouldn't just rush right into it. Indica is a short, fat plant. Sativa is a tall, skinny plant. That's it. That's indica sativa. Your terpenes make the biggest deal. And they're right. Charles is 100% right. 100%. Let me see. The effects we should recreate terminology where it comes to the effects. We should. But when you're first entering into cannabis, there are so many things we can approach people with, so much information. It gets confusing. And the only reason, The only reason that I say stick with indica sativa, it's an easy place to start. We need to start somewhere easy. Build onto that from there. It may not be the best place to start, but if you rush people with limonene and myrcene and alpha, beta, caryophyllines, and they're like, and what do these combinations do? I'm just getting into cannabis. What do I do? It's a lot. But instead, if we start easy and we start with what their ailment actually is, what's your biggest issue? It's sleep. All right, let's work on sleep. Why can't you get to sleep? Is it bone? Is it nerve? Is it muscle? Is it mind? These are the things we need to find out. Instead of just saying, oh, you need an indica. You can fuck somebody up even worse. If you just throw an indica at somebody to get them to sleep, I can't go to sleep on an indica. Indica's, boom, my body's done. I'm like, oh, great. But then my mind, still on fire. So I can't sleep. And now I'm annoyed because my body doesn't want to move. Like, I'll look at my left arm. I'll be like, come on, let's go. Come on, get up. Oh, let me get the glasses back on so we don't deal with crazy eyes today. But yes, terminology does need to be spoken about. We do need to find a better way. So I'm totally with Charles on that. What position? Center. Let me see. I'm not into sports either, but I appreciate people love the stuff. Just not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. Speaking of cup of tea, quickly, I need to mention it because to be fair, cup of tea. Check out Oreganji.com. Oreganji.com. ORAGANJI.com. There are brand new articles constantly about cannabis and arthritis, cannabis and longevity of life, cannabis and controlling your blood sugar and insulin levels, cannabis and the combination, and regular articles around that. Also, you can sign up for a free medical card if you're in the state of Florida. If you're not, scroll down, you'll see the store. And tea, we are selling our tea blends online, and they are magic. So the tea blends, let me just quickly say it, just so you hear me. The tea blends are meant for you to purchase and add your cannabis to them. Your cannabis is to be added to the tea blend. If you don't have cannabis, that's quite all right. These tea blends have been cultivated by hand to give you similar effects that cannabis can give you as well. So some of the similar entourage effects that you get with cannabis, you will get with the tea without cannabis. But by adding cannabis into the mix, it will amplify both tea and cannabis together, creating a powerhouse. But yes, the teas are available. They're on Oreganji.com. Okay, that was it. Just had to give the plug really quickly. $25 free shipping. Boom. So if you reach an order of $25, you get free shipping. Done. All right, I had to let you guys know. I'm so excited about the teas. Angie has been working so hard. She's been working herself to the bone, you know, just creating some magic, holistic magic. I'm so proud. So proud. Anyways, and excited for all of you because today I was in Ocala running all around promoting the tea. High tea with Oreganji. I am jazzed. I've never been more jazzed about a product, which I don't see it as a product. I see it as a necessity. I see as tea is life. I'm replacing my coffee. No more coffee. Tea. Morning green tea with caffeine, with the turmeric, with the hibiscus. Wow, there are ginger. My body has never felt better. And really, these combinations are probably the best I've ever had. So, Jazz, check it out, Oreganji.com. All right, what did I miss? Let me see. I'm not in the sports. I know you said THC can turn to something else. It can. THC eventually. So, cannabis, the bud that I show you, you look at the bud. So over a period of time, it degrades, it oxidizes. And that THC actually turns into a product called CBN, Charlie Bravo Nancy. The reason I love CBN, let me get started on this. CBN is not, back in the studies in the 70s, they say it makes you tired. It doesn't. It regulates the sleep centers in your body, which allow you to fall asleep naturally. Also, CBN has been said it can regrow bone. Don't get too excited. But it can help stop the degradation of bone deteriorative diseases like osteoporosis. Ho, ho, ho. Now we're talking magic. Now we're talking combination. But you don't just use CBN. You need CBD, and to get that full spectrum rock and rolling going. The reason is CBN acts as the glue, just like THC does. See, THC is glue. It's the glue that bonds all the other cannabinoids to your CB1 and CB2 receptors. Without it, nothing sticks, because CBD on its own only lasts in your body for like 3 to 5 hours, and then you wash it out in a watery stool. But with CBN and or THC, it bonds to your body for upwards of 30 days. Beautiful, fantastic. This is using things smart, I tell you. Okay. Sorry, I had to throw an accent out. Sorry, not sorry. So let me see, okay. So hi everyone, let me see. Nick, welcome. Charles, one love, brother. Enjoy your live stream and always interesting conversations. Well, thank you. And I love that. That's what this is. This is what I love. This is everything when it comes to highly motivated. I am highly motivated to do the show. I was so excited before the show. I had nervous energy. I just got home not too long ago, so I'm kind of getting everything ready last minute. I wanted to do a tea, but I didn't have time. I had time to roll some doinka-doinks, but I didn't have time for tea. I wasn't thinking. I was thinking doinka-doink, and I wasn't thinking tea. But I should have, because the doinka-doink with tea, delicious. And I had a sip of Angie's really quickly. I was like, sip, sip, roll, roll, let's go. But yes, it is a pleasure to have all of you on the show. For 5 minutes, for the whole time, it doesn't matter. That's what makes the community amazing. That's what makes this absolutely electric. Woo! I feel it tonight. I feel some energy going. I don't know. I wasn't this energetic. I had a rough day. I mean, not rough like in bad, but rough like, a lot of driving, a lot of stops. I think I may have stopped at least 20 different businesses. Wow. And I mean, and each one you spend 10 minutes, you spend 15 minutes, you spend 5 minutes. Sometimes you walk in, they're super busy. You're like, hey, yo, here, go, and then you leave. You get out of there. You get out of their hair. You don't want to overstay your welcome. You want to make an impression. You want to be authentic, and you want to bring energy and excitement. So that's what I try to do every time I'm on the road, every time I'm visiting clients. I just love it. Let me keep going. Okay. What does THC turn to again? It turns to CBN, Charlie Bravo Nancy. Let me see. I just say your website. Come check out my website. So there you go. Whatever Nick just said, I just say your website. Oregonji.com. And I'm still working on it. If you have any suggestions, let me know. If there's things you would like to see, let me know. I would love to have a constant conversation going on. So even when the show isn't happening, I can respond to questions or queries or, people want to know about cannabis. Let's talk about it. There is so much. Have you ever had so much information that you don't know where to start? Have you ever had so much to tell people, but it's like overwhelming? And that was kind of the energy I had beginning before the show today. I felt like it was a little overwhelming. I was like, wow, I was excited. I couldn't wait to start the show tonight. I don't know why. It's the energy of what's going on this month. This month for me is the height of my sign, because it's my star sign, Sagittarius, or Ossificus. It depends which time reality that we're currently in. But I'm Sagittarius, or again, Ossificus. So let me see, I say your website, let me see. Sales must be fun, especially with great varieties of cannabis and related services being part of your business. That's like work and fun. It took a long time to get here. It took a long time to find what I found to be fun. I love what I do. I love cannabis and I love people, but I never understood my calling. I never understood why or what part of cannabis I fit into, where I belonged. And I'll tell you where I belong. I belong in healing and education. I belong in the energy of cannabis. Keeping, like a can evangelist, bringing the good word of weed. That's what I do. I bring the good word of weed. We all bring the good word of weed. We are all Oregonjis. We are all can evangelists. We are all powerful. So that's my place, is reminding the energy, reminding the enthusiasm, bringing it wherever I go for whatever product that I'm endorsing. And I only endorse what I back. I only endorse what I smoke. I only endorse really good shit. I mean, I wouldn't endorse just anything. It's gotta be good. It's gotta be good. It's gotta be customer and patient conscious. I love organics or nada. I love hand trim. Hand trim means you're gonna keep those crystals. You're gonna keep the trichomes. You're gonna keep the freshness on the flower. Woo, that's what I like. I don't like it going through rollers and bullshit. So anyways, what I do, it is sales. It's presentation, it's community. It's directing people, not the greatest of deals, the most consistent of deals, the smartest of products, the most health conscious, the most tasty. One small doink-a-doink, or one small doink, and I'm already high. That's some good shit right there. That's some gold flower. I don't work for them right now. I don't. I still love them. Their shit is the best. I've been smoking other people's. Let me just tell you, I've been smoking other people's stuff. It's been rough. It's been rough. I was like gonna start a GoFundMe. No. Like, you know, like help, I've smoked bad weed. I need a trip to Colorado. No, I need a trip to Goldflower. Okay. Good to the last drop, I'm telling you. And these papers are actually very nice. So I think this is the bamboo. This is the bamboo paper. And then the other one is the rice paper, the brown rice paper, which we're gonna smoke in a moment. But this is the bamboo, and I gotta tell you, normally papers can mess with me. This has been nice. You can tell when things are hand trimmed too, by the cut. People, you know, that should be a standard. Hand trimming, organic, living soil. For indoor grows, that should be the standard. That should be where they start, because that gives you the better terp, the better flavor, the better aroma, the better grow, the dankier buds, the dankier, stankier buds. It brings you something, I call it magic. When you love the bud, it shows. When you love the grow, it shows. When that grower loves the company and loves what he's doing, or she is doing, he or she or they, in that, it shows. It shows. It's the magic they bring. This is the LA Kush. I am still enjoying this. It went out. I relit it. Woo! I don't know what's happening with this music. It's like a little spacey. Okay. So we're just kind of vibing. We're chit-chatting. I'm looking at some of the comments. But you can tell. You can really tell with the flower. And I think that's the problem. Most of it is just run through machines. And the people are accepting it. And I really think instead of accepting, I think we need to ask for more. We need to want more out of our cannabis. Here we go. I was just like, hey, all right. And I mean, look, it's cold. So I'm wearing my velvety smoking jacket. That's right. Welcome, everybody. Oh, is my collar up the whole time? Here we go. All right, a little more. Okay, let's, I feel like I just woke up on a bench or something. You got $1. I really appreciate all of you coming here. I really appreciate all of you coming to the show, coming to the vibe, coming to the energy. That's everything highly motivated ever wanted to be. No expectations, no topics, no, nothing. Just a little toke, a talk with friends. And friends, I mean worldwide. All of you are welcome on the show. Whether you smoke or not, it doesn't matter. You don't have to smoke. You don't have to smoke anything. Instead, you're still community. You're still part of the show. You're still part of the vibe and the energy and the happening of everything. You're the show, not me, you, all of you, all of us. So that's what this is. Because I miss the most are the smoke sessions. That's when you meet new friends. That's where you express new energy. Love it. Explore new ideas and come up with amazing ideas as a community, as a group. All right. Wow. Right down to the end. LA Kush. Just so tasty. What a good smoke. Really enjoyed that. So again, you're all welcome to the show. If you ever have any questions about cannabis or the understanding of it, because that's where you find a lot of things on Oregonji on my website. You go to my website and if you want to know about things, I'll write an article. If you want to know about things, we'll talk about it directly here on the show. It's all about community education. It's all about being what the hell is that? Okay, it was like the end of like a set. It's all about community education. It's all about, I'm just going to switch this up a little bit. It's all about great understanding of product, because when you understand better, ooh, well, that's heavy. Okay. We'll see how this goes for a second. It's heavy. It's hard to concentrate now when you got a beat like that behind you. I almost want to rap. And I did refine my Nan's rap, just so you know. I refined it, and I shouldn't. I will, but I shouldn't. Yeah, wow. Okay. I don't even know if I should. I'm terrible. I'm terrible at it. Whatever. Let me see. Okay. Gather around the fam. We're here to celebrate the legend known as Nan. See, 100 years, she's the OG queen, living through history, running the scene. Born in a time when the world was wild. See, Nan's seen it all, still keeps it styled. See, from Winston Churchill to Elizabeth's crown, she's outlived them all, still holding it down. She's walked through wars, danced in the blitz. She sipped her tea and kept her wit so crisp. From black and white to the telly in color. Every decade's hers. No one's cooler. Yeah. Nan's 100. The party's lit. See, centuries strong, and she's still the hit. So raise your glass. Let's toast the vibe to the legend, the queen. She's still alive. Outlived them all. And I mean all. See, through all the kings and all the queens, Nan's the constant behind the scenes. Wisdom sharp, but her laughter so light. She's the heart of the family, the star so bright. So she's got the swag, she's got the class. Nan's still schooling the younger mass. See, live your life. That's what she'll say. 100 years, and she's still slaying today. I'm like, It just feels good. Okay, so here's to Nan, the ultimate boss, a century strong, and she's never at a loss. The candles are lit, the vibe is divine. Happy 100th, Nan. You're one of a kind. I think that's the final version. I think this is a good vibe. I'm gonna try this music a little bit more. I'm just gonna keep it really feeling that vibe. So tonight, what was the topic that we were gonna talk about? Nan, that's the wrap that I'm gonna keep her. I appreciate you all for staying with me throughout all of that. But she's 100. She's 100 years old. 100 years old. We should all strive to live to 100, and not just 100 years old, but working and moving and shaking and dancing. And I hear Nan's got a spicy boyfriend. Look, I think this is everything we should strive to be. She is salt of the earth kind of people. Worked hard, has struggled hard through life. Life didn't give her anything. She had to fight tooth and nail through the Great Depression, through multiple wars and famine. And she kept a very large family alive. That's power. That's strength. So that's what I want to talk about. We talked about some tea. Go to my website, check out the tea, go to the shop further down. If you have any questions, reach out, because the tea is divine. I mean, it's that good. Without cannabis, it still feels like it gives you some of those same effects, because some of the ingredients that I have in there, in that synergistic effect, really work together beautifully. And I mean beautifully. So we talked about tea and the articles and Nan. So the big topic tonight, Edward Casey, but not just Edward Casey. Tesla, Edison, I have his name here somewhere, an Indian mathematician that was from so far back, but was groundbreaking in his mathematical equations, things then we couldn't understand, we're only starting to understand now. And I say this because all of these people I just mentioned claim to have gotten their visions, their ideas through almost like a download from another place. Edward Casey would go into a trance that he would set himself into. And in this self-induced trance that Casey would set himself into, he would speak on so many different things. If he had an idea as he was going in, that's what he was looking after. People would call him or write to him, and he would diagnose them from the letter and go into this realm of download where everything was open to him. He was not a medical practitioner, but he is the godfather of holistic healing and holistic medicines in the Western world. That to me is wow. Never claimed to have medical knowledge, but all of this came to him in his entranced world. All of this came to him when he himself said he went to a place where it was like the Akashic record. The Akashic record. Tesla said the same thing. Tesla said he would go into his meditative states and pull information. Edison? Who was it that stared at a candle? I think that was Tesla. I can't say for sure because I can't remember. But I want to say it's either Edison or maybe it was Tesla, but they would stare at a candle and go into a trance. And in this trance state, no, it was Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci. He would stare at a candle until he would go into this trance type of state. And he would see his ideas or his visions. Like he would go in with like an idea or with a loose idea, and a whole world of things would open up to him. And the things Leonardo da Vinci came up with then we're still using now. It's the basis of our modern technology, modern architecture, modern stuff. Modern stuff. There's a lot of stuff. So stare at a candle. It works. It works. Let me see. The sound mix is good. Thank you. We're still playing with it, I think. Occasionally, it's kind of like boom, boom, boom. Okay. I like this iteration. Okay, let me get back here to the chat. Let me see what I missed. Sound mix, thank you so much. Let me see, it works. Stare at a candle. So there is, okay. There were Russian scientists that built a device, aluminum sheets, polished, aluminum, large, gigantic aluminum sheets that were put into a Fibonacci spiral. Large aluminum sheets, polished, put into a large Fibonacci type spiral, looking like a shell type of spiral. And at the center, a chair. Studies were done multiple times with multiple confirmations. This was more than visions. This allowed them to see through realities, through dimensions. They even claimed through time. So stare through a candle, stare through an aluminum polished sheet in a Fibonacci sequence. I will have to come up with the scientists that are responsible for the studies into this. It's going to be a whole nother show. It's going to be amazing. If I can remember the name of the scientist. Crazy Eyes, excuse me. Stare at a candle. I would stare at, actually, there's a story. Oh, what is the story? The guy that's outside and he stared at a candle in a window and it kept him warm. It was like a bet that he made. They said you can't stay outside in the cold. Is it a biblical story? It probably is. I think, I want to say it's like a biblical story. But in the biblical story, he made a bet with somebody that he couldn't stay outside all night long. And it was snowing. So this guy goes outside with like the equivalency of a t-shirt and shorts. I'm sure it was like a linen smock with pants that were hand woven. Linen, cotton, I don't know, whatever they, hemp is probably what they were harvesting for clothing. Just throwing it out there. It's been around forever. So by staring at a candle in a window, he was able to keep his body warmed and his temperature stabilized throughout the snowstorm that he was outside in the whole time. Just stood there or balled himself up and looked at the candle. And I don't know if this is a true, real story. I'm just saying, this is staring at a candle. So heat, energy, frequency transfers. So we're going to talk about time travel maybe next week. It's amazing. And the reason I say it's amazing, because these studies were done during Soviet Russia. They were taken care of during a time that you don't go against the Soviet Russia. You don't be scientists and lie. You don't want to lie. So you told the truth and your studies were real. And all of these studies come from a time when they were funded by the KGB. You don't screw around with KGB, all right? You don't lie. Actually, it was even before the KGB, I think. And then the KGB had this shit going on. And they were studying it again. Double verifying stuff. We'll talk about it again later. It's amazing. Aluminum sheets wrapped in like a Fibonacci. If you look it up, and the scientist, the Gerchinov, I don't know. It's coming to me. I can tell little by little it's coming to me. Let's get back to the Akashic Record. So, Akashic Record. Edward Casey said that he saw all of his dreams. And who is Edward Casey? He's known as the Sleeping Prophet. Edward Casey was a clairvoyant who provided readings while in a trance state. And he provided not just a few readings. He provided thousands of readings on various topics, including health, prophecies, spiritual guidance. The big one is the Hall of Records located in the left toe of the Sphinx. Oh, he's not screwing around, or the right toe. I don't know, it's left or right, but it's one of the toes. Now you think, all right, big deal. People can make a prediction. Edward Casey's prophecies, he's at like 90% on fire. From what we've been able to interpret and put together, he is like 90% right. He is 90% not wrong. That's a high percentile of not being wrong. I mean, weather people are much more wrong than that. It's not going to rain today. Today's going to be a gorgeous day. Gorgeous, I say, gorgeous, more gorgeous than ever. And it rains all fucking day. It storms. It floods. I'm telling you, this was a freak storm. Didn't see that one coming. Saw it coming. I thought the sun was going to be out for sure. I brought my sunglasses. So his predictions are much better than that of a weather forecaster. Christopher, you're gonna love it. You're gonna jump down a rabbit hole right now, and you're gonna love it. The man, here's where I first got into Edward Casey. It wasn't his prophecies. He healed thousands of people all over the world, and they would come to his house after a while. I mean, it was a lot on him. I think that's what ended up killing him, because all his soul energy was gone, or his life force. But people would come to him from all over the world, and he would heal everybody. His own wife ended up being diagnosed with tuberculosis. And in those times, tuberculosis was a death sentence. A death sentence! She came to her husband. He had never done a reading for her before. He was a devout Christian man and did not want to do reading. He felt it came from a dark place. And he and his wife were very religious. That's what even makes him more believable. Believable, like you wouldn't believe. Ha-ha! So, she came to him and said, read for me, please. Help me. Edward Casey went into a trance. He sat there and he read. And he read and he diagnosed his wife and he saw it, yes. And he saw the remedy. He saw the cure for tuberculosis. And I believe it was like something in an oak barrel, a brandy that needs to be heated up to ingest the fumes. And maybe you have to add some other shit to it. I don't know. But her tuberculosis was cured. Nobody's tuberculosis in those days was cured. That method, whatever method that Edward Casey had developed in dream state or in his vision state, his Akashic record download saved thousands of people. I don't know how many people. I will look it up later. I want to say hundreds of thousands of people were saved because of Edward Casey and his prophetic dreams. A man with no medical degree saved so many people. That's an amazing energy. So I started looking into him. I heard about him as a kid. Him and Baba Vanga. Baba Vanga, also another prophetic future seer, which was very right, just like Edward Casey. So Edward Casey would pull from the Akashic record, and tonight's talk is really more about Akashic record, but I'd love to talk about Casey. So let me give solid information of what I mean. Okay. Let me just find my notes. Let me do the godfather of holistic medicine here in the United States, Edward Casey. He wasn't a doctor, didn't have a medical degree, and yet he brought early forms of holistic healing directly to the people. And he did it while in what he called a dream state or a deep meditative trance. I mean, wow. He was a farmer without formal education. And we're talking about a man who healed thousands. And so in his dreams and in his prophetic volumes that were written about the future, they were written about future happenings at certain dates and times. He foretold Hitler. He foretold the Wall Street stock market crash. He foretold COVID. He foretold Barack Hussein Obama getting elected president, or first black president. He foretold everything. He sees for Europe in 2025. Some pretty dark stuff. Some of his readings, he called them even predicted modern practices. Probiotics, the connection between mental health and physical well-being. Edward Casey. Prophetic dreams of the future. Edward Casey. You know, I just, and he was called upon by many people. Edison, Thomas Edison, Tesla, Einstein. All of these people had private readings, and some of them had many private readings. I think the president had seen them many times. And for these influential people to go back and go to this individual many times for readings of health and of future understanding, he's got to be doing something right, something really right. Edward Casey, check him out. Look, Akashic Record. So if you're not familiar with the Akashic Record, they're believed to be this vast universal library of all knowledge, past, present, and future. And remember, there is no past. There is no future. There's only the here and now. And that's when we start getting into teachings of I can't even say his name right now because my brain's not there. It's on Casey. So the past, present, and future, everything is in this Akashic Record. And everything that will ever be there or that ever has been there is there. It's like plugging into the ultimate Wi-Fi of the universe. And that's what Casey would do. He would go into a trance and download the information that he needed. If he didn't go in there with an idea of what he's looking for, he would get everything. And he wasn't the only one that claimed to be able to access this universal consciousness. So again, I said Nikola Tesla. He said his ideas came to him fully formed, almost like a download from somewhere. Akashic Record. Wow. I mean, same. Albert Einstein, he talked about how some of his breakthroughs came during moments of deep introspection or near dreamlike states. Moments where you can attach into that past, present, future, for everything is everywhere, and information repository. That's where these people broke into. So Casey wasn't the only one. Einstein, Tesla, ideas came to them fully formed. Wow, look, it gets me all excited. I get all excited. I couldn't wait anymore. I had to get it going, the doink-a-doink. So we had a doink. Ooh, that's gassy. That's stinky. White truffle, gorilla butter, and something else. We're gonna let that develop a moment because I think that is powerful. That is coming at me with, energy. And I mean some stinky energy. Oh, wow. This one might knock me on my ass. This might be the hybrid leaning indica that I was thinking. The other one's more like the hybrid leaning sativa, but I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter, sativa or indica. That shouldn't decide how things are leaning. It's the terpenes and how the terpenes react and assimilate into the body. The aroma helps, the terp and the flavonoid. So terp, taste, smell, blah, blah, blah. Ooh, I'm glad I could help with the story, Chris. All right, thank you so much. So, really quickly, other people were able to get into this Akashic Record. The Akashic Record, this is a thing, an actual thing that we can't see or touch, but we can get there. How? Staring at a candle, Nick? I don't know. All right, so here's the thing. There's even, all right, I said the Indian mathematician, Srinivasa Ramanujan. I butchered the name, I know, but he said that complex mathematical formulas came to him in dreams or in dream state. And he believed these insights were given to him by a divine source. They came completely formed. The understanding of it, the equation, but it was what he was looking for. He didn't go in there just looking for anything and it was given to him. It's like manifestation. You can't just go in there and say, manifest, manifest, manifest. I believe in manifestation. Nothing's going to happen because what the fuck did you believe in? What are you manifesting? Nothing, because you believe in nothing. It's what you believe in. It's what you see, what you not need or want, but deeper than that. So deeper than that, the Akashic record maybe connects. And when you sleep, that's another episode we need to talk about. What happens to you when you go to sleep? That's deep shit. See, I wait till midway in the show. I don't want to hit you with Hold a second, quickie, smoky. I mean, when you look at the Akashic record and this divine source that Ramanujan had, and this guy was ahead of his time. We're still catching up to his mathematical I don't even know what the word is. Yeah, he was so ahead of his time. Still ahead of his time right now with his theoretical, mathematical blah blah blahs, theories that he worked out to be even the basis of mathematically what we do today. But are we looking at the same phenomenon, this divine source, or maybe this Akashic record? Is there really this ether or field that we can tap into for wisdom and ideas? And I say yes. I say ancient aliens say yes. And Oren, the Oregonji, says yes. There's a lot of yeses. This is a yes thing. Akashic records. And when you start looking into this, now the world starts to spin. Because then you wonder, how do I attune my thoughts, my ideas to this Akashic record? To expanding my ideas with those that are already in the past and in the future, combining in the now. What can I borrow from? Is it something I can borrow from? Is it something I can borrow from with impunity? Like, hey, what else can I get in there and see what you got? So I don't know. I think that's pretty amazing. So what does it mean for us? What does it mean for us in this Akashic record? I don't know. That's a big question. What does this mean for us? I mean, if people like Casey and Tesla, Einstein and Ramanujan, maybe that's working. Maybe that's his name. They could tap into this universal flow of knowledge. Could we? Meditation, mindfulness, even dreaming, manifesting in that dream state, believing might be tools we're overlooking. Maybe Casey believed anyone could do what he did if they trained their mind and their spirit. I mean, imagine what's possible if we all tried to connect. I think I spoke about this in the last episode. Coming together as a community, coming together as a like mind with a like goal, the energy that we can bring to that is unstoppable. What if all of us tried to even connect to this ether, this Akashic record? All of us together try to connect to solve like an issue, a problem, hunger, homelessness. Maybe we need to reach deeper to see the simple solution. Maybe we need to reach deeper and say, hey, Akashic record as a community, what options can we come to the table with that are amazing? I mean, homes that have solar panels on the top of them, so they're producing energy and giving back to the grid. And at the same time, these solar panels that are giving back to the grid, underneath of them have homes that are being rented out, not even rented, given, subsidized to the homeless, to communities and to groups that are passionate and understanding and kind. Not in it for profit, in it for kindness. Not in it to make money, but in it to bring innovation, to bring goodness to places that need it more than any before. So we talked about it in the other show, and I think that's big. I think that is the mental plane. We as a group can change it. We as a group can shift the feeling, the understanding, the kindness, the want of knowledge for a community, for others. We can do that together by opening that up, opening up our third eye together. I think it's coming together is a big deal. Giving, not just from Thanksgiving to New Year's, but from Thanksgiving to Thanksgiving, from New Year's to New Year's, Christmas to Christmas, giving all year round. You can't do it all the time. I understand. I can't do it all the time. I don't have the money, but I have time. And I can give of myself, and I'm going to. All year round, we're going to do this. All year round, we're going to get out there, and we're going to give back all year long. We're going to be kind. We're going to be understanding. We're going to be loving to the hungry and the needy and the homeless. We can give something. We're going to do it. That's the try. That's the want. And as a community, I think it's a great thing to ask, a great thing to want. Do meditation. We should be doing meditation. You know, I think we should, and not traditional meditation, because when I drive, I think, when I drive, I'm in a silence. I don't have any music. It's just the road. And I'm able to get into a thinking mode that is deep and beyond, because nobody's talking but myself. Nobody's thinking but me. Sometimes you got to bounce questions off yourself before you bounce it anywhere else. And you do that in meditation. You do that in deep thought and introspectiveness. Mine's while I drive. I drive a lot. So it's a good time to do it. But together as a community, we need to change that mental plane. Okay. I don't know. Edward Casey. Wow. I mean, there's so much more that we need to learn about this man and about what he brings to the table with medicine, consciousness, the limits of the human mind. This is what this man has expressed in detail, in fact, in multiply studied fact. This man brings to the table future prophecy. So maybe we should pay attention to what people like Edward Casey say about the future. Maybe we should pay attention to what people like Edward Casey say about our mental and physical health. He worked himself to a grave. So he ended up dying. I mean, look, his story challenges everything we think that we know about medicine and everything we know about science from a person that knew nothing about any of this. Nothing. So come back in the style of the Akashic Record. Come back in, we're talking about something so much deeper, a collective information source that we can connect to. We can connect to this. He connected. Tesla connected. Edison connected. Einstein connected. Ramasamojwan. He connected. I apologize for any names that I butchered. I apologize. It's Ramajan. Okay, forget it. I'm doing it. Now I'm making it worse. And let this go out. This is nice. This is like super gassy. I can feel the effects of it slowing me down just a hair. The gorilla butter, white truffle. I'm also super excited for the birthday. Friday the 13th. I've never been this excited for a birthday. At first, I wasn't excited. I'm turning 50. I don't talk about my age usually, but I'm turning 50 on the 13th, Friday the 13th. And I'm going to go see micro wrestling. Me and the whole family, we're gonna go watch the proper term, I think, is little people or micro people. It's micro wrestling, so that's okay. And I'm gonna go watch them wrestle, fly off of the corners of rings, talk shit, throw shit into the crowd. There's multiple matches. When I say that I am excited, I can barely contain myself. So that's gonna be Friday. And what's so quinky dink about this, let me quinky dink you. Angie goes, what do you want to do on your birthday? And I was down because I'm turning 50. And instead of celebrating this milestone in my life, I'm getting older and I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to look at it. Like the other day I was looking in the mirror. I'm like, what is that? Should I invest in like a cream? Maybe, I don't know. There's some really nice cannabis creams out there that I can rub into my body. I will do it. Anyways. But this year, let me put it down just for a moment. I'll get back to it. This year I'm turning 50. And I've been fighting talking about it, really. I mean, recently I started talking about the birthday. So my birthday is Friday the 13th. I was born on a Friday the 13th. And this is my 50th on a Friday the 13th. I think the stars are aligned, that it's reminding me that they're paying attention. Excitement abound for the festivities, which is micro wrestling. I was shocked that it's right down the street from where I live. I mean, generally, like within 25, 30 minutes. I was shocked, that close. Wow, 20 minutes away, 25 minutes away, I don't know. Awesome. I just plotzing. So excited because now I have no excuses. I can't sit there and say, okay, I'm not doing this. It's what I requested. And it popped up. That's the universe telling you, hey, celebrate. Enjoy life. Celebrate. Do something you want to do authentically. If it's not necessarily socially acceptable, I'm sorry. And not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, shit, lost the time. Sorry, not sorry. It's going to be an event. It's going to be a rumble! Okay, oh, crazy eyes came out. I had to put the glasses back on. They keep me under check. See, I think the glasses make me feel a little bit cooler. It's that mask that we put on. I strive for authenticity. Plus, it's bright in here. Like, just one brightness. It's bright because it's a botanical jungle right now. Because it's cold outside. It's getting warmer in here. I'm wondering why it's getting so warm right now. It's got to be me. I put off a lot of heat. So I could be, like, heating up this room. Ooh, I don't know what's going on, but... Okay. Music's on fire, yo. Loving this. Welcome. Highly motivated Sunday smoke sesh. Hot damn, hot damn. It's like we got a party going on over here. I don't know whoever started this mix. This is like a vibe of its own. Okay, I don't know what the hell I was talking about. And sometimes you need that just to clear the mind and clear the body. It was the birthday. Wow. So I try to stay authentic. It's bright in here. That's why I wear the glasses. And it's a botanical jungle because it's freezing outside. Like it's getting down. It's Florida. I'm in Florida. I'm in North Central Florida. It's going to get down to the, hold on. Let's get serious here. Let's get serious. Right now, it's 41 degrees. And for Florida, that's cold. That's like really cold. Like we walk outside, we go, oh, hot damn. What am I thinking? Turn around, close the door. 41 degrees. Now, keep in mind, quickly, it will drop down to 39. So it's getting down to 39, which is not so bad. The other night, it was freezing. But just for a little bit of time, like an hour. Like an hour, we got freezing. That was it, 1 hour. So weather's not that bad. I mean, it's 41. It's lovely if you go out there and do some work during the day and you're in the sun. Then that's great, gorgeous weather. And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be gorgeous weather, gorgeous sun, but in the 40s and then low 50s. Okay. Well, I thought it was colder than that. I'm just cold, I guess, then. Well, all the plants are still here, and they're in the room. And so the room is full of plants. I had to take one off the table here. There was a cactus. I don't know why the cactus has to come in. Cactus can freeze. They don't give a shit. Cactus are cactus. Cactus are like, listen, I'm a cactus. Freeze? It doesn't bother me. I'm not, I'm just saying, I'm thick skinned, thick. That's a cactus. But just in case, brought it inside. I'm always preaching to live in the now. I'm always preaching to not dwell so much on the past. Don't think about the future because the future hasn't happened. It's not there. Don't put energy yet to something that's not there. Concentrate on this, the now, everything now. And I know it's oversimplified, but right now is everything. Right now is all time happening now. And when you understand that, the rest comes together. We see life and time a little differently, and everything becomes very precious in this iteration of who we are. We are forever. We are forever. Our energy cannot be created, nor can it be destroyed. We are the watcher. We are the eye. We are the creator. Time is a construct of man. We created time. Why? To control, to understand. Without time, then there is no time. Nothing happened, and as nothing is going to happen. It's all right now. I think that is the beginning. Letting go. I mean, I still have past and future aspirations, but I take the past and the issues and the problems and the emotions, the responsibilities, the bills. I take everything, the past, the future, the bullshit, and I put it on this imaginary table. And I let go of it there. I come back, I pick things out, and I deal with what needs to be dealt with when it needs to be dealt with. In the sense of I don't carry it with me. I don't let it create me. I don't let the problems and those issues become me. I become me from the now. From the everything energy. Akashic record, I think that's a way in. Letting go of the past, letting go of the future, letting go of your understandings, unlearning, relearning, not even just leaving your mind open to new understandings, leaving your mind and your body, the physical and the mental, come together. Somebody might be here. Is somebody here? Is it me? Am I just hearing shit? Am I like that high? I might be. Okay. I don't hear anything. me just let me check and see if I'm missing anything. No. Okay, rock and roll. So, this is the show. This is the everything. Akashic Record. Turning 50. Micro wrestling. Incredibly excited about this. On the 13th, Friday, which is a day of energy, a day of magic. Magic because you create that magic. You are the one creating the magic of your life every single day. The energy you put forth in your life creates it, manifests it, becomes it. You believe it, and life has to believe it. You believe it. Life has to catch up to that. Like if you believe in your manifestation realm, in your dream world, you see it and believe it, you become it. The regular world has to regulate it. The physical world has to come back and say, okay, you believe it and you've manifested this, you've created this. Your physical world reflects what you believe. Just for shits and giggles, I need to go look to see everything's okay. Maybe it's just me. Hang right here, I'll be right back. Let's just to be, sure. Is somebody here? Did you hear somebody go on? Did you hear something just now? Did they drive through? You saw somebody out there? Where? I think somebody's trying to break in or... Ange? I think somebody's trying to... I don't know. I did. We're locked up, but... we can't see anybody. It's gone, I think. Zavi heard somebody out there, when they drove up. I was saying, can you look out? Yeah. Okay, maybe. Okay. Possibilities. Woo! Still don't know. Not sure what's going on out there. And let's do this. Just to be safe. Do me a favor. Please do a perimeter check and see what's going on and give me back an update. Just heard, I think possibly either somebody drives through. Zavi said somebody was walking around. Be careful. Make sure you got dogs with you. All right. When you live on land, you can't be too careful. You have to be prepared and ready all the time. So, you were hearing noise too? Listen, I heard it. I thought I saw something because I have a big window right here, but I can't see out of it because of all the plants. And it's warmer in here, so it's fogging up. And there's a lot of land. And I'm prepared at a moment's notice. Just sometimes I gotta run away and make sure, let me see, dogs are with me. We'll do a perimeter check soon. Okay, wait. Did you hear anything? He probably didn't. He probably heard nothing. He's probably in VR right now. Okay, just getting updates, because he's about an acre away. No, nothing. He hears nothing. Nothing. Whatever. I know I heard it. Nick heard something. My daughter heard something. I went running out that way, and okay, that was interesting. It sounded like a motorbike. Anyways, you never know. If I hear it again, I'm going quicker to the back door and running out to go check on things. I shouldn't be so brazen, because you never know what it can be. But there's a lot to protect. I mean, there's children, there's animals, there's wife, children, both. Sorry, didn't mean to separate. To protection. It's protection of everybody. I'm just saying, it's you just gotta be on top of shit. You gotta be ready for shit. Don't ever be afraid of shit, because there's nothing to be afraid of. It's hard to just see that sometimes, and to walk into a situation that can be quite scary. But if you walk in with strength, the situation is yours, bends your direction. But you have to feel it. You have to believe it. And if you don't believe it, it shows. Like a dog can smell fear. A dog can smell fear. So I have no fear for any animal. I mean, maybe a bear. I think a bear would scare the shit out of me. A bear, and there's bears. There are bears here. This land, I mean, it didn't sound like a bear. It sounded like a motorcycle. It's a stupid motorcycle. I say that, it could have been one of my kids. Or God only knows what. But we have enough people looking and trying to figure it out. So there you go. Akashic record, that's what we talked about tonight. This intrigues me so much because I've heard about it in different traditions. Ancient Egypt, they even had scriptures saying that there was an information source that taught them how to do everything. And it was written. It was written in hieroglyphics stating how things were actually done, but nobody pays attention to simplicity. We overcomplicate it. Edward Casey, by the way, quick thing before I'm forgetting anything about Casey. Edward Casey predicted that we will find the Hall of Records in the left paw of the Sphinx. Tests were done in 2002, I think, or 2020. After scans were made and anomalies were found. Anomalies, tunnels underneath the Sphinx. A cavern or a cavity, a large cavity that could hold records. Just like what Casey had said. We would find ancient records and writings right there that would tell us so much and rewrite history. We were getting close in the sonars and in the scans, and then all of a sudden the Egyptian government said, nope, no more, and kicked the researchers out. Kicked them out of the country or kicked them off the site and said, no more research. That's it, done. And since then, there's been no more research. But they found something. They found something. And we just sit there and go, okay, yeah, that's great, that's great. Edward Casey told us what's there. If there's a cavity there, there might be something there, because he has not been wrong. I'm excited to find out, but the Egyptian government is covering something. Why? Why? What knowledge do they benefit from holding on to and keeping it from mankind for their own control? And look, it's a universal database, and it holds all the knowledge of the past, the present, and the future of all events that have already happened. Everything that has happened, that will ever happen. And it's written about, I believe, even in the Bibles and other things like that, in the Bibles, in religious scriptures, that time is already written. All time is written. in early scriptures of, I can't remember the guy's name is right now. He saw aliens. But in his teachings, he basically said that everything has already been written. We are just playing out something already written. Like a projection. Like we are a civilization in the middle of a black hole. We are inside of a black hole. We are a universe inside of a black hole. We are multiple universes inside of a black hole. Who knows what we are? Okay. We won't dive so deep yet. But in the diving of deeping and the deeping of dive, hold on a second. Let me just quickly check that we are okay. Let me just make sure everybody's okay. Is everybody okay? Like, everybody cool? Okay, just checking. I'm sorry. Not used to having people drive on. All right? All right, just checking. Okay. Sorry. I know it's late, and here I am screaming through the house. It's late, and here I am running around going, hey! That's me all the time. It's a lot to deal with. It really is. So Edward Casey also predicted from his visions of the future in 2025, Europe is going to go through some shit. Europe, I can't even talk. Europe is going to go through some shit. By the way, thank you, Nick. I appreciate you telling me that you heard things that made me feel like I also needed to check, and it gave me just the backing. I appreciate that. But Europe is going to go through a lot. Europe is going to go through. I didn't read the readings. I don't have the prophecies in front of me. I probably should have gotten that prophecy. But look into Edward Casey's teachings and into his prophecies, because what he says about Europe is frightening. But then he says we're going through an age of enlightenment, and we're entering into almost like a superhuman. Like, we're going to be clairvoyant. We'll have telekinesis. We're going to unlock those parts of our brain that we don't understand how to use. For example, it's a myth. It's a myth that we're only using like 10% of our brain. If we were only using 10% of our brain, we'd have a blob of a brain not knowing what the hell is going on, or shit happening. So we are using 100% of our brain all the time. We just don't know more than the 10% that's going on. We don't know 90% of what our brain is doing. We don't know 90% of what's happening inside of our own head. We only understand 10% of its function. So it's not how much of your brain you're using. How much of your brain do you understand? How much are you using? Are you utilizing? Are you just letting it sit there? Or are you diving deep into that brain of yours and letting it explode with creativity, knowledge, search, adventure, the journey of life? Oh, I did look into it. Listen, Nick had mentioned that sugarcane juice, before it's processed in its raw form, does not spike the blood sugar. That's actually what it was. And it does help your gut flora and your microbiome, which is the same thing, I suppose. Your microbiome is the gut flora. Those are natural sugars, natural energy, which helps break down natural fats. Natural sugarcane, very interesting stuff. So yes, definitely looked into it. I actually wish more products were sourced like this, but such an expensive old school way of doing sugar. I mean, I just wish it was done though. Oh, shit. Door just came right open. All right. I've told you, my land is like it's a mystical place, and no thing that happens should ever go unnoticed. Unnoticed things create more creepy things around me. So I pay attention to them. Doors opening on their own, doors that are closed, and a handle must be turned and pushed. And that's what happened to the door. I could be really super hot. I mean, I could be very hot. This doink-a-doink. White truffle, I can feel, I'm not going to say the indica of it, but I can feel those terpenes that are responsible for relaxing my muscles and relaxing my mind. They are doing it. So earlier, I just want to mention, when looking at cannabis and looking at what ails the body, we need to see what direction we need to prescribe. And earlier when you said we need to have other terminology besides indica, hybrid, and sativa. But meantime, that's the easiest way to get in. Sativa brings you up, indica brings you down, hybrid's in the middle, but everything's a hybrid right now until we get back to some of the landrace strains. All that being said, it's the terpenes, it's the taste, it's going to help. But then when you just say taste, then you'll go with a singular THC like a distillate and botanical terpenes being added to it and say, see, that works, and it doesn't work, because then you're always chasing a high and you're getting like watery lung, and I don't know, it's a lot. So you've got to sometimes just break it down. You've got to make it easy for people. And indica, sativa, hybrid, it makes it easy. Let's start from easy, and then we'll get complicated. Gassy. And just, it's got a cheese to it. It's got like a super stink. A super stink of organics, healthiness, a super stink of just love and attention. I know the growers, and they're amazing. And I thank them for great bud. I thank them for shit that they care about and that they love, and they present to a community that really appreciates them. Rock on, Goldflower. Hot damn. This is the white truffle gorilla butter or something. I can't remember what the whole thing came out to. It's like abbreviations. And you look at the abbreviations, you're like, what are the abbreviations? This is an indica. Indicas don't usually do well for me, but it's a hybrid leaning. See where I give the terminology, hybrid leaning indica. Instead of me giving you like the top 5 terpenes that this cross strain has, I give you the hybrid leaning to an indica, hybrid leaning to a sativa. So it's in the middle, leaning up, and then it comes back down. But it affects your body and affects your mind in so many different ways. And it's what you're calling for is what you smell. When I smell it, when I'm breaking weed up and I can smell it, I'm like, yeah, that's gonna rock my world. Or I'll smell it. That's all right. I mean, I don't have anything else. If I have nothing else and that's what I'm smelling, I'm like, it's okay. I mean, it's not turning me away, but I'm like, okay, it's all right. It's fine. It's nothing. It's not like knocking my socks off. The shit like this knocks my socks off. When I smelled it earlier, I got excited. Sticky, delicious. I was like eating little pieces as they fell out of the. So this is our second doinker in, the doinker doink. So we're at like 3 grams, I think, almost a 3 grammer. Maybe not, probably not, like a 0.7 and a point. I don't know if I'm pointing it in the right direction, damn it, I don't know. I know we got a full grammer here, but I might try to save that one. Oh, look, I do have a pocket. Oh, it was just gonna be like magic. It's just gonna disappear. Anyways, we're here, Akashic Record, thinking together, believing together, being kind together, listening together, talking together, listening to some vibey-ass music, man. Man, it has just been what are we gonna mix in? Here we go. Oh, I miss DJing. I tell you, I've been threatening to get my equipment out. And I was playing around the other day with some BPM Studio, some old school stuff I had. It just didn't integrate right. So I'm messing with my Apple version of keyboard, or not keyboard, Apple Music, playing around with digital thingamabobby. And it's been fun. Brings back some old memories, some old creative juices that kind of start. Maybe I reach out for some deep beats. I reach out for some old school shit that mixes with like digitized, reimagined, re-visualized. I don't know. Awesome shit. Okay. Yeah. So I'm in La La Land, and we're talking Akashic Record, we're talking Edward Casey, we're talking all these different people that reached in and they said they got all that information fully formed, fully given to them. I know we can do it. I know we can reach in for what we believe. What we believe, we see it as already happening in our life. We see it and believe that it's already happening. And the second we believe it, then we believe it. And now the subconscious has to make the conscious world regulate. And it must regulate. And that life becomes this life. The other night, we were talking about how VR possibly has an influence in that subreddit of life, or that subreddit of conscious reality as opposed to subconscious reality. And is VR like the people we want to try to be? Like, we're imagining ourselves as a pirate or as a ninja or as whatever, as a fluffy bunny. Are we visualizing those things into our conscious self? Are we visualizing that into our conscious reality through virtual reality? And that's what we talked about last week. So again, it all comes back to how we create the world around us, how we create our world around us. We share our world. We share our reality, our kindness, our energy, our frequency. It's all frequency. Time travel, I hear, is frequency. The aluminum thing I was telling you about earlier, and the Russian scientists that did this, experiments. Well, these things were highly documented, and then these experiments were done by the U.S. government. The U.S. government secret programs tested and went further with this Fibonacci wrapped, aluminum polished. Ooh, that's interesting. Aluminum polished, spiral wrapped, a seat in the middle, see through the future room. And confirmations were made. So is that an Akashic record? Is that seeing into this record directly? Not by going into a meditative state, but creating a frequency state, a state of frequency that changes harmonically or resonates through our thoughts. I mean, I'm getting deep. This is deep. Is that deep? We're getting pretty deep. It's deep. It's pretty deep. Nick, good night. Good night. Be powerful. Be amazing. Get out there and just manifest the day that you're looking for. Create it. Become it. Sleep well. And I hope everybody around you sleeps well as well. Dun-dun-dun. So I don't know. I think tapping into that otherworldly ether, that other kind of information source, and using alignments and earth energy, I think all of it matters. I think maybe it gives us a stronger connection, walking barefoot and recharging the body. And so I don't know if Edison or Tesla ever spoke about specifically the Akashic record, but I know Tesla spoke about this meditative state where information would come to him. And Tesla used to sleep A weird fact, I don't know if anybody knows this, he would sleep with a heavy set of keys in his hand. He would do what's called micro sleeping. And he didn't believe in full rests, but instead quick rests for the body to get into, like micro resting, and then he was awake again and fully recharged. So he'd have like a heavy set of keys in a keychain. And so he'd hold these, and while doing things, as he would start to fall asleep, he'd doze off. And as he'd doze off, he'd then drop the keys. And as soon as he dropped the keys and they hit the ground, he'd get back up and be like, okay. That's when all his ideas came to him. And he's not the only one who did this. I can't remember who else would go into this quick idea state. I want to say it was Leonardo da Vinci. I want to say, I don't know why. I don't know why we have to do it like it is, but you know. So I want to say it was him, but I can't say for sure. But Tesla would hold these keys, and every time he'd start falling asleep, he'd drop them and he'd get up. And that's when all his ideas came to him, just like that. That is creepy. That is like happening numerous times now. The door just keeps opening. It doesn't open like that. I heard the thing. Did you hear that? You've got to have heard that. Look, standing up. Do you see that shit standing up? Oh, that's an energy. I could feel an energy right now coming at me, just like shh. It's like every time I close the door, I should check. I'm gonna peek out there, make sure everything is like perfectly fine. Okay, everything seems to be perfectly fine. I'm gonna take that as a sign. I appreciate all of you for being on the show. I appreciate you all for coming. Tonight we talked about the Akashic Record. We talked about Edward Casey. We talked about universal knowledge and accessing these records and being more spiritual and deeper to get in touch with your community, with your people, with the things that we believe. I think these are things that if great minds can get into these records, we can do it as well. We are all the great minds. It's just what we're concentrated on, what our frequency is in tune with. And it's all about frequency. We'll talk about it on another show. You can catch me on the next show. Highly motivated, highly excited, highly enthusiastic. So that's what's happening. That's what's going on. That's what's going to go on. And we're going to keep doing it, keep having fun, keep having a little smoky tokey and a little talkie talk. But I'm appreciating you for coming. Probably on my birthday, I'll do like a pre-recording, a smoky smoke with everybody on my birthday, but I'll do a pre-recording. I don't know if I could do a live stream from the micro wrestling. I mean, if they let me do a live stream, I might put it on a stand and just let it sit there. We'll see what, I don't know. You know something? No, I'm going to micro wrestling. That's it. I'll do a pre-recording for the birthday, but we got time. I don't even know what date it is today. I think we're like on the 4th. Look, December is already racing. We're racing. I don't know what happened in the last few days. Days are like this. Today was like Gainesville, Ocala. The day before was Gainesville. Just a lot of people to see, a lot of things to do, a lot of talkie. I appreciate all of you. And if you're looking for tea, you're looking for health. That's what tea is a great way to do cannabis. If you're not looking to smoke and you're looking to get the alternative without really, I mean, it'll do. You won't be wanting. I mean, if you're normally smoking a few bowls a day, doing 3 teas a day might subside you from those high cravings of more smoke. Cannabis ingested or also done through tea is done at a very low, incredibly low decarboxylation. I'm just saying, you're getting all those cannabinoids into the body. You're getting all that healing and all that amazingness. Tea, I love tea. So anyways, we're gonna talk about so many things, giving back all year long. We're gonna keep talking about it, keep finding a way to do it. We're gonna get into that Akashic record one day. We're gonna open up knowledge, understanding. And I think we do it with keeping our thoughts, our minds, and bodies open to the universe. By doing that, things come to you. Push out the kindness. Do it with authenticity. Do it with no wants of anything. Just push it out there to be kind. And what you're going to get back is 100-fold. But don't expect it and don't want it. Don't need it. But it will come back. You're all amazing. You're all creative, fantastic powerhouses. Powerhouses! You're all unicorns. Do you know what a unicorn is? Do you know what the goat is? You're all goats. In a good way, in a good way. I'm not calling you goats. Some countries like, what the fuck is he talking about? He's calling me a goat. Why is he calling me a goat? Goat. Door just did it again. That's correct. And like you, to open it, the handle has to be turned and door has to be pushed. Anyways, goat means greatest of all time. So you're all the goats. You're all the goats. You're all the goats! And you are. You are. Approach life with that kind of vigor and that kind of mental understanding and that kind of confidence. Approach life with that confidence that you are the goat. You are the unicorn, which is a one of a kind, able to do everything and anything. If you approach life with that mentality, that energy, it's a journey. It's an adventure. It is your own confidence boost in yourself. You are the energy, the power. You are the confidence that you need. You have it inside of you. You decide. Decide. Kinder, better, more health conscious. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about now. Now I'm just rambling. I want you all to have an amazing, amazing rest of the week. This is the midweek. Isn't this exciting? This is the middle of the week. We have so many things going on. The weekend's going to be approaching. We have a Friday smoky sesh coming up. Same time, same place, 8 o'clock live on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Boom. That's what's happening. Streams on Instagram will be stalled until they stop ghosting me or shadowing me or doing terrible things to my account, like not letting people know that it's there. That being said, it's okay. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. Find us there, like us, share us, spread the good word of cannabis, of community, of people, of getting together, of a smoke sesh. Even if you don't smoke or use cannabis in any way, you're still the community here. You're still part of this. You're still part of everything. Good night. See you Friday. I'm sure I forgot some things. My Nan is 100 tomorrow. It's crazy. Isn't that amazing? Okay, I got a rap song to go record. And you all have an amazing night. Ciao. Bye. Arrivederci. Do svidania. Wait, I can't find the button.